नमस्ते। So I was I was revising the class and I realized I didn't really tell you the story properly. So maybe I'll tell you the story properly again today. But any other takeaways from last class that you guys thought understood better? Suya, Anusuya, we discussed it a little bit further. Hopefully, you guys took away something from there. Thoughts, Ruchika?
जी, नमस्ते जी। इसमें
Namaste.
असूया के बारे में आपने बताया था, जो कि बहुत ही मतलब अगर अपने जीवन में देखो तो हर जगह जब मतलब प्रैक्टिकली वो एग्जांपल फिट हो रहे थे कि हाँ, किस तरह से असूया को हम मैनिफेस्ट करते रहते हैं हर जगह, और अनुसूया से दूर हटते रहते हैं।
Eh,
तो चाहे वो मतलब किसी अच्छी चीज में तो बुराई हम बहुत जल्दी से ढूंढ लेते हैं, और अच्छी चीज को अच्छा कहना और बुरी चीज को बुरा कहना असूया नहीं है। बट अच्छी चीज को बुरा कहना असूया है।
very
और
nice. Excellent.
और हम कई बार असूया में अपने डर की वजह से या ईगो की वजह से या लिमिटेड नॉलेज की वजह से भी उस स्पेस में चले जाते हैं।
जी।
तो ये तो मतलब इतना लास्ट टाइम मेरी लाइफ में भी इस तरह से हुआ कि एक बड़ा ही मतलब एक छोटा एग्जांपल है, बट मेरे लिए बड़ा है इस असूया को समझने के लिए, कि जब मेरे बेटे को कोई सब्जेक्ट चूज करना था, उसने एक बिल्कुल डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट ऑप्ट किया, जो कि मुझे उसके हम मतलब नॉलेज नहीं थी उसके बारे में कुछ भी। तो एक डर था, पता नहीं उसका फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, वो उसमें उसको कैसा करेगा वो। तो ये उसके लिए बार बार उसे पुश किया कि नहीं नहीं बेटा, ये नहीं, वो जो सब लोग चूज करते हैं वो सब्जेक्ट ले लो। इस तरह से किया, लेकिन वो असूया ही थी। बाद में मुझे समझ आया कि हाँ, वो डर और वो सब चीज मेरा था। बच्चे में तो कॉन्फिडेंस था, उसने चूज किया अपनी कॉन्फिडेंस से, और उसको पूरा यकीन था। तो वो एक अच्छे से समझ आया कि किस तरह से हम भला चाहते हुए भी असूया में पहुंच जाते हैं। तो ये चीज तो
Very nice.
समझ में आई।
Excellent. Excellent example also. Nice. Suruchi, any thoughts? Uh,
Okay. Yeah, the whole Asuya bit really hit home. Really, really hit home. Because I have spent my entire life doing this, searching for the bad in the good. That it can't be so perfect. It can't be, this person can't be a perfect guru. This, how can God be, or Ram can be, how can he be just the perfect man? Because he wasn't the perfect husband, was he? Or anybody. Krishna Bhagwan did this and everybody did something or the other. I've spent my entire life doing the exact opposite of what I should have been doing. And that just hit home. Really, really hit home.
very nice. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for having the confidence to share that much. Monica, thoughts, गुड़िया?
नमस्ते दीदी।
रिवाइज नहीं किया तो कोई बात नहीं.
किया है। And more than thoughts, I was like, you know what stayed with me when you were narrating that story of Bali and Ravan, जब वो अपनी इंद्रियों पे कंट्रोल तो कर लेता है, पर फिर बीच में ना एक पेस्की लिटिल प्रेज अप्रेजल, वो एक छोटा सा एक ईगो बूस्टर आ जाता है। असूया तो या एवरीबडी हैज dwelt on it, so I'm not repeating the same thing. But by virtue of, I was also thinking last class when I was in the class, and even while I was revising, I was like, imagine I've chosen a profession of being an editor where my job is to only find faults and criticize. Look at the irony. Look at the irony of the situation. So वो तो मैं बोलूंगी ही नहीं, because I accept it as my karma. And
रानी, मैंने बोला गलत को गलत बोलना असूया वृत्ति नहीं.
I know, but
अगर
yeah, I
Sonal as a doctor finds the disease in a perfect
बिल्कुल
human being, it doesn't mean it is असूया.
बिल्कुल। और आपने गीता क्लास में इसको इतने अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया, which is why I was so full of emotion the other day and articulated, and it happens a lot of times, but I was just generally dwelling, सुनने के बाद फिर रिवाइज करने
Even
के बाद
as
वो
an
वापस।
editor, when you, as a teacher, I can tell you, sometimes some children are going very nice, but uh, sometimes you get insecure that, oh, if they're fine, then they won't need me anymore.
Yeah,
So
it
now,
happens. It
now
happens a
I have
lot.
to bring them down. Same thing as an editor. If a writer is
Correct.
writing very well and
कई
you
बार
don't
इतनी
find a
अच्छी।
fault in it, you
Yes,
you are
such
unable
you managed
to
to
wrap your head around, okay,
justify your role in that project. Yeah,
right. So that
absolutely.
bit is Asuya. The rest, if there is a reason to criticize, then there is, I mean, that is fine. That is okay
Yeah.
space.
But Didi, thank you for saying it, because there are so many times when I've taken flag and when people have turned around and said, we hired you as an editor too. I said, well, actually, it did not need more than what I've done, so accept it. So if you feel, sometimes वो कहते हैं ना, वो कैडबरी की ऐड आती है, कुछ ना करके भी कई बार अच्छा ही होता है। तो मैंने कहा, अगर कई बार वो मतलब अगर सही है, उसने बंदे ने सही लिखा है अपना, ठीक है, हम प्रूफिंग कर लेंगे, ये कर लेंगे, बट एनी वे आई डेंट वॉन्ट टू बोर द रेस्ट ऑफ द पीपल। सो माई थिंग वॉज, आई वॉन्टेड टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर you said that he carried and he was in control. Bali was in control of his 10 Indriyas because he was carrying Ravan with him.
Correct.
But then again, those pesky little, appraisals, praises, and he kept on, eventually he succumbed and he released Ravan. So my question to you, Didi, was that, is this like a larger plan where we are designed to, keep on going back? Or is it something that we can actually overcome and rise above? I got a little,
Okay, we have the
I was like,
example of Hanuman ji. जब
okay,
in Sundarkand,
complete surrender. Oh, okay.
uh, he faces all these issues. He faces bribe, he faces rest, he faces praise, right? He
Right,
faces all of them. But the example there is why Hanumanji is able to reach Lanka, vanquish it, destroy it, come back, and he is the smallest Vanar in the Sena. Na, later,
correct.
Angad goes and the story, I don't know if I told you guys the story. The story goes that Ravan is afraid कि अब राम जी आएंगे और स्पेशली आफ्टर हनुमान जी केम एंड ही बर्न्ट the whole country down. Ravan is city down. Ravan is very afraid inside. So Ravan sends some spies, some guptchar. He sent some spies that go find out what is the strength of that army. So the Guptachar, the spies, they go and they come back. He has very good, very, very good spies. So the spies come back and they start narrating names. Angad, ये जब तक नहीं these ये वो बहुत नल नील बहुत नाम लिए उन्होंने और पूरी लिस्ट बता दी that these are the big warriors in this battle that you have to be aware of. So Ravan is still curious. He doesn't know the name. Like, okay, so who is the monkey that came and burned the city down? He's like, the spies are like, Maharaj, he is the smallest monkey in that entire army. If we had to memorize the name of the smallest monkeys, and we might as well have memorized the name of the entire army. That's the dialogue in Ramcharitmanas. So they don't know the name of that monkey. Because Hanumanji, when he's asked to introduce himself, he says, I am the servant of Lord Ram. He doesn't say his name. And he starts telling the story of Lord Ram. When the spies go and they come back, they don't know the name of the monkey that burned the entire city down. So much so that nobody knows the name. And when Angad goes as a last attempt for peace, where he goes and he stands in this, and Angad is not humble. Angad is like, I am the son of Bali, and I am like, Angad is not in any which way humble. He's a warrior, and he's there to represent the strength of that army, and he's doing his job very well. And he, in one conversation, he says, don't you think there is anybody strong in this whole army? You think we are all like weak people? You think we nobody strong? I am the son of Bali who kept you in his, armpit for for 15 or whatever, number 6 months. So Ravan says, no, I think I do. मेरे को लगता है एक strong है तुम्हारी पूरी आर्मी में. वो जो आया था ना जिसने पूरी लंका जलाई, वो स्ट्रांग, वो एक स्ट्रांग है. तो अंगद बोलता है कि वो तो सबसे छोटा वानर है. वो तो सबसे छोटा वानर है हमारी सेना में. तुम्हें लगता है अगर वो स्ट्रांग है तो यू आर इन फॉर अ सरप्राइज. So there are examples of both things. It's not like we are stuck in this world and we are meant like we are built like that we'll never be able to. We also have the examples of Bharat, we have the example of Lakshman ji, we have so many beautiful examples. भक्तों के एग्जाम्पल बहुत सारे हैं और अलग अलग तरीके से भक्ति हो सकती है. ये मैंने इस क्लास में पहले ही समझाया.
सही है. नहीं,
और
got it.
And the gap, where is the gap I am trying to highlight now? So I'm giving you those examples. कि बाली गैप था, बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा था, पर ईगो आ गया उसके अंदर. और अच्छे में भी ईगो आ जाता है, और अच्छे में ही ईगो आ जाता है. सो उसकी वजह से उसका पतन हो गया. That's why Ramji wanted to give him freedom. But he had to do it by taking away his buddhi and body. You see? Sometimes एक तो जब हम लोग when we study samadhi, when we study in yoga sutra, we study samadhi के बहुत levels होते हैं. या Vedanta or anywhere where samadhi is discussed, where freedom from this state of moh and maya is discussed, there are many levels of it. And there are two schools of thought in there. One school of thought says that true samadhi is not possible for as long as you have this mind and this body. That is one school of thought. Unless you leave this mind and body, true samadhi is not possible. The other school of thought is samadhi is possible within this body and mind complex. And that will be the path of bhakti, where you surrender your ego so completely that it doesn't. जब आपका कुछ है ही नहीं तो मैं बोलने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. When nothing belongs to you, then I does not remain important, then something else is only important. So
Got
when
it,
we
Didi.
go at it with our strength and we succeed, it will be short-lived.
Right.
When we go at it with the divine grace, and if we succeed, it will be permanent. Because glory to the God, glory to the divine, and that divine is always glorious. And where is the ego there? No, nowhere.
Yeah.
And ye again, like I said, I will repeat the story because that story needs repeating. I didn't explain it properly. But let me come back to that. I'll repeat this.
Oh, thank you for clarifying because, like, I love the way you told between the ideal bugs and the ones who sort of faltered at some level. Where, that surrender was not probably complete, where they were
That's
still,
why when I
yeah,
just gave the example of Hanumanji and Angad ji was sent home by Ramchandra ji.
correct,
He was a great devotee, but he still wasn't able to get over the part that he is the son of Bali.
correct. That ego was still
Ego
substantial.
he held on to, so he was sent back. Okay, go, you be the son of Bali, you become the king.
Thank you, because that was yeah, thank you for clarifying it. I think I have much better clarity. Thank you, Diti.
Manvi, any thoughts, Guria?
प्रणाम दीदी।
जीते रहो।
थॉट्स तो बहुत सारे हैं, लेकिन जो भी आपने बोला कि दोष में भी हम अच्छी चीजों में भी दोष निकालते हैं और अच्छी चीज है तो भी दोष है, तो दैट हैज रियली स्टक। आई नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट। दैट इज समथिंग रियली, आई थिंक आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ इट, रियली नीड टू लेट गो ऑफ दैट।
वो कंडीशनिंग से भी कभी कभी आ जाता है कि कभी कभी जैसा हमारा परिवार है, विचार है, अपब्रिंगिंग है, कल्चर है, उसकी वजह से भी हम कभी कभी जजमेंट कर लेते हैं, राइट? सो वी वांट टू राइज अबव दैट। भगवान भेदभाव नहीं करते। शबरी के भी उन्होंने बेर खाए, केवट को भी उन्होंने उतराई दी। भगवान भेदभाव नहीं करते। या गॉड डज नॉट डिस्क्रिमिनेट। So we as human beings at our level, discriminating based on family, discriminating based on education, discriminating based on how people speak or don't speak, how they behave or don't behave, how they entertain or don't entertain. You see how many levels of, uh, I'm just pointing yours out. It may not be true for everybody else. Mhm. Yeah. जब हमारे भगवान की समदृष्टि है और वो शबरी के बेर खा सकते हैं, तो गलत कप में, गलत ग्लास में, गलत तरीके से सर्व हुआ हुआ खाना हम क्यों नहीं खा सकते? प्यार से क्या दिक्कत है हमें?
वेरी ट्रू दीदी, इट्स वेरी ट्रू।
And again, I will say this is our conditioning. We have been taught this is right. We have been taught this is the way to conduct yourself. This is the way to live. We have been taught that. But I am asking you to supersede this teaching. Draw a bigger line in your head and heart. It is right. You have taught it. भगवान भी बोलते हैं गुण गुण है, भरत को पूरा सिखाया। He explained कि ये गुण है संत के और ये दोष हैं। जो ऐसी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती है जिसकी, वो संत होता है, और जो नहीं होती वो असंत होता है। सो संत और असंत के उन्होंने दोष और गुण बताए, और फिर बोला कि इन दोनों का ही कोई महत्व नहीं। So draw a bigger line. It is, of course, there are some parameters, and you will find it easier to become the benchmark for other people. आप संत तभी बन सकते हैं जब आपके अंदर क्षमा भाव रहे। No, that is the biggest characteristic of a sant, to be able to forgive, to be able to overlook. Remember, I told you the story of that sant who goes to this old woman's house and she keeps abusing him, and he keeps going back कि या बाकी जगह तो कुछ खाना मिलता है, यहाँ पर जो मिलता है वो कहीं और नहीं मिलता। So that ability to forgive is something that we need to cultivate. अगर जजमेंट 2 मिनट के लिए आ भी जाता है तो उसको धीरे धीरे कम कर. Start with forgiveness and then you will see that life will change around. It's easier to do it nicely than it is to do it in a harsh fashion. Niranjan, any thoughts, beta? No, did we lose Niranjan? We lost everyone.
No, I'm here.
No, good.
I'm fine, no, I don't have any thoughts. You have covered everything so far.
Okay. Sonal? Can you guys hear me? No? I think I have bad connection. Sonal, any thoughts, Guria?
So, just as a side, I did review, but for some reason I was so exhausted from work that the moment that I had left the last time, I fell asleep this time when I was reviewing. I was so tired from work, like that the only like 10 or 20 minutes that I didn't really, I was listening to it, but it was in the back of my head. So, but I guess what I understood from that part was that, you know, when I had originally talked about Asuya, the last class, I wasn't really like talking about the factor that you clarified about that it's about the good things. You know, it's about specifically finding fault in the good things, like finding fault in your guru or in God. And we've talked about all of this. But it, for me, what I found interesting about it, because we've talked about it, is just that I find that like people like my parents who are so like they find fault in everything, even if it's perfect. And they consider that like an aspect of taste, whether it's food or like, you know, but it makes them unhappy all the time. So like I believe that Asuya is like one of the characteristics and like deep characteristics of all suffering. Because if we find like true like just contentment and happiness with whatever's in front of us, like you're saying, like with like a saint eating whatever's in front of them, or you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever's happening, even if they're beaten, they just keep, you know, they keep that that fault that we're finding in others is really just perpetuating this deep inner unhappiness. And as I've unlocked it in myself and really pushed that away and like pushed away that fault finding, the more contentment that I can find anywhere. And obviously you still, with discernment, you can still have discernment, like you said, and you can, you know, like with Monica, you were just saying with the editing, but I still think that to me is one of the biggest points. And then obviously the other thing I think you were talking about also was, and we just talked about it, was that if you have ego, you can get to moksha, but not kata with Ram. You know, it's not this, you know, it's, you can reach liberation, but what actually is your goal? What are you trying to, where are you trying to go to? Like, what sweetness are you trying to go towards? And for me, it's like that, you know, I would come back over and over and over just to be in kata with Ram. Like I would, like if I could do that, if that was possible, I would do that. So that's what I came from it.
Very nice. Excellent. Khushbu, thoughts, beta?
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, Guria.
So, after the Anusuya story,
Habit.
I've tried to analyze it through my life, and I've seen that because I've always been found by others that the most faulted person. Like people always found faults in me, and that always used to disturb me. But past, I would say, 2 months, because of continuous listening to your classes, I have worked on this formula, and I feel this formula is working for me. And that is like every time something which is unhappy or unwanted, like previously, a situation which used to give me unhappiness previously is happening, I keep on I keep starting chanting, and just that directs my mind from that situation to somewhere else, or maybe to the Divine Mother, or maybe it's just a distraction, but I'm no more attached to that situation. If it's a temporary development or it's like permanent, I don't know. But this is a formula which I'm working 24/7 on me, and I find a lot of peace, a lot of peace. I feel my mental chaos has really reduced to a great extent, and I hope I achieve a state where the mind is blank. If this continues like this, and even if this is an illusion for me, if I'm happy to be in this illusion where I'm not getting affected, when my mind is not chaotic. And I think that is the best because I am not finding faults in others. I situations are not favorable. I'm just grateful to that because I try to find, okay, what is the learning in this? So yeah, yeah, many situations happen where I just feel let me just do like you mentioned, no, find faults and then right, wrong. But at that moment, I feel we should only exercise, just do your dharma, do your duty, and just go away. Why should we attach? Like आपने कहा ना कि खाना ऐसे नहीं परोसा, ऐसे नहीं मिला, तो क्या हुआ? पर अगर मुझे आता है अच्छे से टेबल सजा के किसी को सर्व करना, तो मैं कर देती हूँ। उसमें मेरा तो कुछ नहीं जाएगा। सामने वाले को अच्छा लगे नहीं लगे, वो मेरा ड्यूटी, मेरा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। So I am thinking things, seeing things from this perspective. I don't know whether I'm making sense or not, but this is what is my current state right now. So, and even if it's an illusion, I'm happy to win this illusion.
Actually, this Sonal can tell you that when people are suffering, they would, and like, sometimes you go through an operation because you removed some bad part of your body, or there is a period where you have to go through acute pain. And in that period, when you're going through acute pain, they know they will become better at some point, but at that time, they need painkillers. At when you are suffering, even if the end will be good or not, doesn't matter. Nobody wants to go through suffering, even in the short run. And if you have found your painkillers, there is nothing wrong with that. It is absolutely brilliant. And for sure, uh, medicine also does the same thing. If you get a painkiller injection, what it does is it desensitizes a certain part of your body or disconnects a certain part of your mind. So if you're being able to achieve that through chanting, that's amazing. Wherever a lot of people like sadhus will disconnect through just breath. They don't even need to chant. When they're very focused on the breath, if you change your breath, your mind will move. And once your mind moves, then you won't be able to feel the anxiety that you were feeling before. So sadhu ya sant, they will use just their breath. And there is no harm in using painkillers like that. There is none whatsoever. So all very good. Excellent.
By the way, I pierced my today.
You what?
I wanted to share with you. I pierced my nose today.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Can you hear me?
You pierced your nose? Very nice. Excellent. Let's see. Very nice, Jitiro. Right. Congratulations. Very nice. Maybe one of these days, Monica will find the strength.
Didi, my nose is already pierced. I
Okay,
did
then
it like
we need to work on Suruchi. All right. All right. Okay. So, मैंने कहा कहानी दोबारा सुनाऊंगी. कहानी ऐसी है, when the रामायण starts, जब रामायण स्टार्ट होती है, मैंने आपको पहले बताया था कि 4 बोलने वाले, 4 सुनने वाले, है ना. There are 4 orators and there are 4 listeners in Ramcharitmanas. I'm not going to question you who are those. But we definitely, for sure, you remember there is Lord Shiva and there is Bhagavati Parvati. So, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati are the first orator and the listener of the katha. And जब भगवान कथा बोलने जाते हैं, माता बोलती हैं कि आप कथा सुनाइए, और भगवान शंकर बोलने जाते कथा, तो वो कथा शुरू कहाँ से होती है? कथा शुरू इधर से होती है कि भगवान बोलते हैं कि एक बार नारद ऋषि ने नारायण को श्राप दिया. Once Narad Rishi gave a curse to Lord Narayan. And therefore Lord Narayan had to come and play the part of Ram. So if you remember your mythology, and even if you don't, Parvati is the daughter of Himalaya, and she is the second incarnation of Sati. And when Parvati is born, Narad Rishi at some point visits the kingdom of Himalaya. And when he visits there, he looks at her hand, and Himalaya and his wife, they ask the divine Rishi to tell the faults and the blessings of their daughter, their beautiful daughter. What are the blessings and what are the faults? So, Narad Rishi, Narad Muni, he articulates himself very beautifully at that time. He says that this girl, when she gets married, all these pretas and bhutas who are going to attend. Imagine for a couple, if they are told that in their daughter's marriage, all the bhutas and pretas are going to attend, all these spirits are going to attend the marriage. And the groom will be will not care about his dressing, will be very badly dressed, and will be an ascetic. And so he explains that all these characteristics. Then he says, but all these characteristics and all this situation can also come true if your daughter marries Lord Shiva. So, why don't you encourage your daughter to do sadhana and marry Lord Shiva, who's in Samadhi right now after Sati's departure. Now, this is short of that story. So, Narad Muni, Narad Rishi, is the guru of Parvati. He is the one who first tells her, you do sadhana for Lord Shiva. And he's the one who tells her how to do sadhana for Lord Shiva. So, when Lord Shiva, now back to this story, when Lord Shiva says that Narad Rishi cursed Narayan, and that's why Narayan has to come down as Lord Ram and go through all this suffering. Parvati Mata, as a disciple, she cannot hear even that much is sounding like a blame on Narad Rishi. That little uh, as aspersion, right, on Narad Rishi. She's like a little uncomfortable with it. So she's like, Bhagwan, ऐसा क्या किया? ऐसा क्या किया नारायण ने? नारायण के तो इतने बड़े भक्त हैं नारद मुनि, और वो कुछ गलत तो उनके लिए बोल ही नहीं सकते। तो ऐसा क्या हो गया कि नारद ऋषि ने, नारद मुनि ने नारायण को ही श्राप दे दिया? It's coming from a good place. She doesn't want Narad Rishi to have an aspersion. Lord Shankar also, again, when you read the Ramcharitmanas, very beautiful wording. Lord Shankar also explains and tells the story. So the story goes that at some point, because of sadhana, Narad Rishi is able to raise his consciousness because of his constant surrender to the Lord, raise his consciousness, and is able to rise above the grips of Kamdev. Rise above the grips of desire. He is able to rise above desire. And when he achieves that state, and what happens is that he starts thinking about his newfound position where he's above desire, above Kamdev. And he starts thinking, okay, just like, you buy a new Audi, you start thinking, okay, who else has an Audi? Right? So it's that kind of state where you've suddenly achieved something and you start thinking, okay, who else has that? And he remembers, of course, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva has that state where he has vanquished, but he had to kill Kamdev. I didn't even have to kill Kamdev to be able to rise above desire. So maybe my achievement is greater than their achievement. No. Again, going back to the example of Audi, I was able to do cash down payment and the other person had to take a lease. So maybe my Audi is more valuable because I was able to do it like that. So this kind of, and this is normal human tendency. And again, these stories beautifully help us understand these tendencies in ourselves. So as Narad Muni achieves this state of being above desire, he starts to think about who else has done it, and he starts to think that he's better than Lord Shiva. So he makes a plan to go to Kailash and tell Lord Shiva that he's done it. And he's done it better than him because he didn't have to vanquish Kamdev. So for those of you who do not understand the context, back to the story of Parvati. Parvati does tapasya, and Parvati's tapasya is so great that now Lord Shiva, if he would just open his eyes, would marry Parvati. But Lord Shiva is not opening his eyes. So the devas, they decide, let us conspire and let us make Lord Shiva open his eyes. So they tell Kamdev to go and do his magic, because he is supposed to be the one who makes everybody fall in love. And all Kamdev has to achieve is just get Lord Shiva to open his eyes. So Kamdev creates this environment, beautiful, beautiful flowers, sweet smelling flowers and birds and beautiful, beautiful. Everything is beautiful. And then he hits an arrow at Lord Shiva. That arrow of Kamdev is a flower arrow. And Lord Shiva is disturbed from his samadhi, and he stirs and he opens his eyes. He opens his eyes, he sees this beautiful environment, and he sees Goddess Parvati in his service, and he immediately falls in love with her. And as he feels this emotion of attachment, he pulls himself back and he's like, oh my God, what's happening? And he realizes what has happened, and he falls he finds Kamdev hidden in a corner behind a bush, and he gets so agitated for being disturbed from his samadhi, and not only disturbed, to to have to fall in this space of vasana. He gets very agitated, and in his agitation he opens his third eye and he burns Lord Kama down. Kamdev gets burnt down. So this is the story, and with reference to this story, Narad Muni is thinking that Lord Shiva had to burn Kam down to regain his control. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to kill anybody. I already have the control. So he goes to Lord Shiva and he talks about his achievement, and he talks the story of how he's been able to overcome desire, and he didn't even have to kill Lord Kamdev. So Lord Shiva, in all his all-knowing ability and his graciousness, Lord Shiva says, ऋषिवर, नारद ऋषि, आपने ये जो मेरे को पूरी कथा सुनाई, ये कहानी जो आपने मुझे सुनाई, आपने एक बार मुझे तो सुना दी, कभी नारायण से मत बोलिएगा. नेवर एवर एवर मेंशन इट टू लॉर्ड नारायण. जो आपने ये अपनी विक्ट्री की कहानी मुझे सुनाई, कभी नारायण को मत बताइए. और नारद मुनि ये सोचते हैं, अब ये कोई भी अगर कोई कहानी सुनाए, अगर मैं आपको कोई कहानी सुना रही हूं और आप मुझे वापस बोले कि आप किसी और को मत सुनाइएगा, तो दिस इज लाइक व्हाट कैन बी बिगर क्रिटिसिज्म देन दिस फॉर माय स्टोरी, राइट? बट इन द ईगो, in the space of ego that Narad Muni is in, he thinks that obviously he doesn't want me to tell anybody because he doesn't want to look bad in front of other people. He knows I am better than him. So he wants me to keep it from Narad. तो बुद्धि कभी कभी ऐसी भ्रष्ट हो जाती है. Your mind sometimes plays such weird games with you that उसको भगवान की माया ही बोल सकते हैं. ये नॉर्मल नहीं है. हम्म. तो उनकी बुद्धि ऐसे भ्रष्ट हो गई और उन्होंने ये सोचा कि ऐसे भगवान शंकर ने मना तो किया है, भगवान शंकर को बोल भी दिया, हाँ हाँ ठीक है, जब तक भगवान पूछेंगे नहीं मैं कुछ नहीं बताऊंगा, अपने मुंह से मैं कभी नहीं बताऊंगा. तो उसका भी उन्होंने बैठे बैठे ही प्लान बना लिया कि मैं इतने दिन के बाद जाऊंगा तो भगवान को पूछना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ थे नारद, क्या कर रहे थे, तो मैं ये कहानी बताऊंगा कि मैंने काम पे विजय पा ली और मेरी विजय शंकर भगवान से भी बेटर है, क्योंकि उनको तो मारना पड़ा, मेरे को तो मारना भी नहीं पड़ा. और ये सोच के नारद ऋषि काफी दिन तक नारायण के पास नहीं गए, और काफी दिन के बाद जब वो गए तो नारायण को भी पता था। अब भगवान को थोड़ी कोई चीज छुपी होती है, भगवान को भी पता था ये क्या, किस उद्देश्य से आ रहे हैं, व्हाट इज हिज इंटेंशन इन कमिंग एंड व्हाट डज ही वांट टू डू, एंड आई टोल्ड यू। भगवान को देखा तो उन्होंने क्या सोचा, देखो भगवान, मैंने तो डिजायर को भी जीत लिया, लथार्जी को भी जीत लिया, और ये भगवान लेटे हुए हैं। और भगवान जैसे ही उनके मन में ये इच्छा आई, भगवान उठ के खड़े हो गए और बोलिए आइए, पधारिए ऋषिवर। कैसे आना हुआ, बताइए, कहाँ थे इतने दिन, क्या कर रहे थे, आपकी कौन सी नई साधना चल रही है। और फिर भगवान को उन्होंने बताया, और बताया तो भगवान ने उनका पूरा ही कल्याण कर दिया कि जहां तुम फंसने जा रहे बेटा, वो फंसने की जगह नहीं है। सो खैर ये पूरी कहानी थी। और फिर अल्टीमेटली नारद ऋषि ने, जब उनकी शादी नहीं हुई रूपवती से, तो भगवान को श्राप दिया। और श्राप देने के बाद ये कहानी वहां से वापस आती है शिव पार्वती के ऊपर, और भगवान बोलते हैं कि ऐसे पार्वती, ऐसे नारद ऋषि ने भगवान नारायण को श्राप दिया, और इसकी वजह से नारायण राम जी के रूप में जन्म लिए। पर यहां पर उन्होंने छोड़ा नहीं, ये नहीं बोला कि मैंने तो उनको बहुत समझाया था पर वो माने नहीं, और वो माने नहीं तो वो जाके गलती कर दिए, और वो गलती कर दिए तो ये रिजल्ट हुआ। क्योंकि सुनने वाली उनकी पत्नी पार्वती नारद मुनि की शिष्या है। हम्म। तो उन्होंने ये नहीं बोला। ये ना बोलना बहुत मुश्किल काम है। आई कीप वर्किंग ऑन इट कॉन्स्टेंटली, बट इट्स अ वेरी हार्ड थिंग टू नॉट से आई टोल्ड यू सो। Very hard thing to say, especially when you are accomplished, when you know, when you are in ego. I told you so, or I told him or her so. It's very hard to rise above this problem. As a teacher, as a parent, as an architect, as a designer, like it's just so easy to say you goofed up and I told you so. This is such a reflection and inflection of ego, which again, when we look at these conversations, we can see Lord Shiva has no ego. He does not say, not once he says, मैंने तो नारद मुनि को बोला था कि आप ऐसा मत करिए, फिर भी नारद मुनि ने ऐसा किया और देखो फिर क्या रिजल्ट। Instead, he says, this conversation, the nuance of that conversation, he says, Lord Shiva says, कि पर भगवान जिससे जैसे करना की इच्छा रखते हैं, जैसे करवाना चाहते हैं, उनकी माया है, उससे हम में से कोई नहीं बच सकता। वो वैसे ही मायाग्रस्त हो गए। नारायण की जो इच्छा थी वो नारायण ने नारद मुनि से करवा लिया, उनको तो आना ही था, तो उन्होंने नारद मुनि को पात्र बना लिया। तो पूरी कहानी सुनाने के बाद लॉर्ड शिवा डज नॉट से कि मैंने तो बोला था, अब ये देखो क्या किया नारद मुनि ने, क्योंकि सामने सुनने वाली पार्वती माता और बोलने वाले भगवान शंकर, तो दोनों ही चीजें हैं। जो भगवान शंकर के अंदर ईगो तो है ही नहीं, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। और सुनने वाली माता है, उनको कहीं बुरा ना लग जाए वो भी एक सोचने की बात है। तो भगवान शंकर ने कैसे उसको बोला कि ये तो सब नारायण की माया ही है। और यही नहीं, बाद में जब नारद ऋषि और नारायण का भी संवाद होता है, कॉन्वर्सेशन होती है, तो नारद ऋषि को बाद में समझ में आता है कि क्या हुआ। थोड़ी देर श्राप दे देते हैं और भगवान बोलते हैं चलो नारद तुमने तो ये भी अच्छा किया, श्राप भी दिया पर मुझे राजा बना के रखा, और शादी तो मेरी फिर भी करवा दी, है ना, और वानर मेरी हेल्प भी करेंगे तो कोई बात नहीं है, तुम्हें तो श्राप देना भी नहीं आता, तुम तो इतने मुक्त हो नारद, यू आर सो अबव एवरीथिंग, यू आर सो ब्यूटिफुल, यू आर सच अ ग्रेट डिवोटी कि तुम्हें गुस्सा करना भी नहीं आता। हम्म। तो धीरे धीरे जब भगवान से बात करी नारद ने, तो नारद ऋषि को समझ में आया कि उनकी गलती क्या हुई, पश्चाताप हुआ उनको, ही रिग्रेटेड ऑल दिस एंटायर, लाइक आस्किंग फॉर forgiveness. He fell on God's feet and he prayed for forgiveness. क्या कर दिया मैंने, मेरा श्राप वापस ले लीजिए आप, मैं भेजना नहीं चाहता आपको, ये क्या कर दिया मैंने। हम्म। तो उस समय भी भगवान ने नारद जी से यही बोला कि नारद तुम्हारी गलती नहीं है, तो मेरी माया है, तुम कुछ बोल सकते हो मेरे बिना। सो अच्छा हुआ तो भी भगवान की माया, खराब हुआ तो भी भगवान की माया। बोलने का तरीका है, और जो लोग सरेंडर में रहते हैं वो कैसे बोलते हैं, वो शिव जी से सोचे, कैसे बोलते हैं हनुमान जी से सुने, कैसे बोलते हैं भरत जी से सुने, ये सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं कि बोलने का भी तरीका क्या होना चाहिए। किसी को क्रिटिसाइज भी अगर करना है तो उसको क्रिटिसिज्म लगना नहीं चाहिए, भगवान की माया है, तुम्हारी मंशा नहीं होगी गलती करने की, क्यों करोगे, किसी की भी होती नहीं है। भगवान ने जितनी बुद्धि दी उसी बुद्धि से हम काम करते हैं, जितनी प्रेरणा दी उसी प्रेरणा से हम काम करते हैं। एनीबडी हु शॉर्ट चेंजेस other people in terms of their behavior and their work, is that's untrue. There is no such person. No such person exists who does not do their absolute best in everything. और अगर फिर भी कोई गलती हो रही है तो ये भगवान की माया ही है, हमसे भी और दूसरों से भी। हमसे भी। सो बी फॉरगिविंग फॉर योर सेल्फ ऑल्सो, जैसे भगवान ने नारद मुनि को बोल दिया कोई बात नहीं नारद, ये तो मेरी ही माया थी, तुम्हें लगता है कि मेरे बिना तुम इतना कुछ कर सकते थे, मेरी मंशा नहीं होती तो मैं जाता क्या। और भगवान शंकर ने भी बोल दिया कि ये तो नारायण की ही माया है। तो ये थी पूरी कहानी। Hopefully you guys understood this story a little bit better, and the nuance in this whole story, the nuance is very important. We are all afflicted by Maya. We are all afflicted by desire. We are all afflicted. The nuance is really important. And to again remind you, we started learning or hearing this story to understand Asuya Vritti. Asuya Vritti, I think everybody understands, it is not criticism. Criticize something which is not good, we can learn how to do it better. But that is not the fault. We can learn from Lord Shiva, we can learn from Lord Narayan, we can learn from Bharat ji, we can learn, है ना। भरत जी ने अपने गुरु को बोल दिया आप बेवकूफ हैं। बोलने का तरीका आना चाहिए, कैसे बोलना है, कि आप कहाँ चली गई आपकी बुद्धि, बोल दिया। और ये तो बड़े प्यार से भरत जी ने बोला, लक्ष्मण जी तो बहुत तेज तेज कुछ चीजें बोल देते हैं। ही कॉल्स इट आउट वेरी वेरी इजीली। तो अगर हमने लक्ष्मण जी की तरह कभी किसी को कुछ बोल दिया, क्रिटिसाइज कर भी दिया, तो पीछे भगवान राम खड़े हैं, उनकी आवाज भी सुनते रहो। क्योंकि लक्ष्मण जी का एक गुण है कि किसी को भी गुस्सा करते हैं। अगर राम जी ने कुछ बोल दिया तो वो चुप। जो आदमी, अगर आप और मैं गुस्सा करते हैं, यू एंड आई, if we get angry and agitated, it takes us time to wind down. Yes? It takes us time. We get agitated, we build ourselves up, we get agitated, we start screaming, and then it takes us time. Okay, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Takes us time. अगर आप पूरी रामायण पढ़ेंगे, कहीं भी लक्ष्मण जी ने गुस्सा किया हो और राम जी ने एक शब्द बोल दिया हो, कभी बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, आंख उठा के देख लिया हो, और लक्ष्मण जी शांत एकदम चुपचाप पीछे जाके खड़े हो जाते हैं। कभी बोला है रामचंद्र जी को लक्ष्मण जी ने कि नहीं आप भैया 1 मिनट रुको, पहले मैं इसको समझा के आता हूँ? एक भी बार ऐसा नहीं बोला उन्होंने। सो अगर कभी गुस्सा आ भी जाए तो लक्ष्मण जी का गुस्सा करना, एक नजर में नीचे हो जाना चाहिए, वो रुकना नहीं चाहिए। क्रिटिसिज्म अगर किसी का करना भी है तो भगवान की वाणी पीछे आती रहनी चाहिए, एकदम से तुरंत। भगवान ने बोला सॉरी बोलो, तुरंत सॉरी बोल दिया उन्होंने। हमारे जैसे मूड बुद्धि नहीं होने चाहिए ना, हमारे जैसे स्टबन लोग नहीं होने चाहिए। सॉरी बुलवाने के लिए भी मेरी माँ को इतना बोलना पड़ता था, इतना मारना पड़ता था, सॉरी बोलो सॉरी, सॉरी ना बोले। सो हमारे पास बहुत एग्जाम्पल्स है, रामायण में बहुत एग्जाम्पल्स है। क्रिटिसिज्म भी करना है तो आप क्रिटिसिज्म कर सकते हैं, जजमेंट भी करना है तो आप जजमेंट कर सकते हैं। करने का तरीका है, प्यार से कर लीजिए, समझदारी से कर लीजिए, सोच के करिए। और अगर तेज बोल भी दिया तो लक्ष्मण जी की तरह एकदम शांत होना आना चाहिए, उसमें अटैचमेंट नहीं होनी चाहिए। अटैचमेंट होगी तो शांत नहीं हो पाओगे। अगर डिटैच्ड किसी को कुछ बताया भी है तो आराम से वापस आ जाओ। ऑलराइट, सो क्रिटिसिज्म, गलत को गलत बोलना, ये असूया वृत्ति नहीं है। सही को सही बोलना, ये असूया वृत्ति नहीं है। सही को गलत बोलना, ये असूया वृत्ति। सो स्टीयर क्लियर, I will remind you again, steer clear of some spaces. Steer absolutely clear of the divine, always. Because you have no idea. There is no understanding. You have not spent time to study it. So just steer clear. ये भगवान में दोष निकालने वाली बात तो बिल्कुल ही ना करें। बहुत बड़े बहुत बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, उनकी भी बात सुनी अनसुनी कर दीजिए, दोष ना निकालें उसमें। और गुरु, अगर आप दोष निकालेंगे तो आप सीख नहीं पाएंगे। If you are able to find even one mistake in your teacher, then you will not be able to learn anything. Because learning can only happen when you are in a state of surrender. And if you are finding a mistake in your teacher, you are in a state of ego. Nothing is possible. Not even one mistake. And I'm not saying the teachers are above reproach. I just gave you the example कि भरत जी ने भी बोल दिया आपको कुछ आता नहीं है क्या गुरु जी। So we want to get where we want to receive, we do not want to criticize. जहां हमने अच्छी चीज ग्रहण करनी है वहां क्रिटिसिज्म ना डालें. What is that saying? Don't defecate in places where you want to eat, or right? So जिधर से आप खाना खा रहे हैं उसमें आप गंदगी मत डालिए. जो चीज हमें पोषण दे रही है, जो चीज हमारे को सक्षम बना रही है, वहां पर गंदगी मत डालिए और कहीं और डाल दीजिए, इधर उधर. एक पूजा का कमरा तो खाली रख सकते हैं ना अपनी क्रिटिसिज्म से. एक पूजा का कमरा, एक गुरु का स्थान, ये सब खाली रखिए अपने क्रिटिसिज्म से. बिकॉज यहीं पे जाके आराम मिलेगा. ये आराम का स्थान है, ये अच्छा स्थान है. दिस इज अ गुड स्पेस. डोंट डेफिकेट ओवर हियर. डज दैट मेक सेंस? Yeah. So Asuya Vritti is to not, even if you don't understand, you may not understand, you may not agree, remove that thought. Remove that thought. That criticism will come because your mind is not going to be willing to listen to anybody. So the mind will find faults. Your ego is not going to be willing to surrender to anybody else. So the ego will find faults. Your body is not going to be willing to be subservient to anybody else. So your body will also encourage you to find faults. इतनी साधना दे दी है, 4-4 घंटे लगते हैं. You as a mind-body complex are not willing. And therefore, the mind-body complex will continue to find faults. You are the one who has to watch out and not allow this mind-body complex to find fault in the divine, in the guru, in the shastras. Like some spaces, just leave them. Because if you defecate here, you have no space to go to. ये गंदे कर दिए तो यहाँ इसके अलावा आराम कर लेने कहाँ जाओगे? तो अगर कुछ गलती, मैं तो ये बोलती नहीं कि सब एंड पीपल आर अबव रिप्रोच, बट लीव इट. नॉट योर जॉब. नॉट योर जॉब. सब कुछ भगवान की माया है. एक एक भक्त को, जैसे नारद ऋषि को भगवान ने सिखाया कि वो काम से ऊपर नहीं है, ही इज नॉट अबव डिजायर. भगवान ने सिखाया. एक एक भक्त को भगवान खुद आके सिखाते हैं ऐसे ही अपनी माया से. तुम्हारा काम नहीं है उसको पॉइंट आउट करना. एक एक का ख्याल रखते हैं, एक एक को खाना खिलाते हैं, एक एक की सेवा करते हैं भगवान. और एक एक की गलती एक एक करके सुधारते रहते हैं. So the divine sweeper is at work if you start pointing at individual spots कि ये गंदा है, ये गंदा है, ये गंदा है, ये गंदा है. So you're basically criticizing him. He's at work. And sometimes his Maya takes time. He had to create an entire kingdom, and he had to create an entire princess, and then he had to create the situation where Narad Muni would meet the princess. And see, so much had to happen before Narad Muni could learn. And because of that, he had to go through exile in human form. Yeah, Lord takes the suffering to teach Narad Muni. He had to go and suffer in human form. So our divine is very gracious. It's not our job to correct anybody. Mrinalini, are you still in the car? Maybe not. All right. It's still driving.
Namaste, Didi. Yes, I'm driving.
They're driving, yeah, that's what. All right. All right. So the other thing, so this, I think Asuya Vritti is very, very clear to everybody. If somebody still has a doubt on it, I can explain it again. But I think I've explained it to the best of my ability. If you still have a question, I'm happy to answer. The other thing that I talked about in the last class was the gunas, and we'll come back to the gunas in the next class. But just to wrap up, that Chitrakoot, yeah, Chitrakoot is a space where there is Mandakini, there is a mountain, and there is a flow of the river Mandakini. And that Mandakini only appears in Chitrakoot when there is Anusuya. If you all are able to carry this with you, we have to create Chitrakoot inside us. That means we have to keep a Sant inside us. Yeah. Voice of a Sant inside you is a Sant inside you. We have to keep the story running, constantly running inside you. Huh? Mandakini and Asuya Vritti, so that Mandakini is present. And of course, your Shraddha, Bhakti, Drid Vishwas, Lord Shiva's Jata, all of that. वो सब भी साथ में ध्यान से रखें. इनफैक्ट मध्य प्रदेश के पहाड़ों का एक बहुत अच्छा कैरेक्टर है. मध्य प्रदेश is known for its hard stone. अलग अलग जगह में अलग अलग किस्म का स्टोन निकलता है, और मार्बल की बहुत माइनिंग है. स्टोन की बहुत माइनिंग की इंडस्ट्री है मध्य प्रदेश में. तो जो पहाड़ हैं यहाँ मध्य प्रदेश के, हार्ड रॉक से बने हुए हैं. दे आर नॉट लाइक हिमालयन माउंटेन्स. मध्य प्रदेश में जो रेंज है वो बहुत पुराने माउंटेन्स हैं. हिल्स जो है बहुत पुराने माउंटेन्स हैं, और उनमें बहुत हार्ड रॉक है. तो वो जो नदी बहती है, कई कई जगह पे बहुत सुंदर इसका डिस्प्ले होता है. चीकू बता सकती है अलग अलग जगह पे जहाँ देखने मिलती है. मध्य प्रदेश में जब नदी बहती है, ये मध्य प्रदेश छत्तीसगढ़ दिस एरिया, जब कोई भी वाटर बॉडी कहीं पर भी आप देखेंगे तो इट्स सराउंडेड बाय मार्बल रॉक्स और हार्ड रॉक्स. इट इज नॉट डर्टी वाटर. It is really, really pristine and clean because the rocks are really hard. And from geographical point of view also, I think they could have said Haridwar, Rishikesh. मतलब जब पोएट कोई लिखता है कुछ, तो चित्रकूट का एग्जाम्पल क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पर जो रॉक फॉर्मेशन भी है ना, हार्ड रॉक फॉर्मेशन है. जो हमने बात की थी लॉर्ड शिवा की जटा, कि पानी जो गिरेगा उस पानी का कैरेक्टर चेंज नहीं होगा, वो वैसा का वैसा ही रहेगा। So this brings this whole Chitrakoot analogy to an end, and we'll go back to our study of the Dhyan Shlokas of Ramcharitmanas from the next class. All right. Any questions here? Any thoughts? Any questions? Tanya, you joined us late, beta.
Namaste, Didi. Didi, I'm still in office. Sorry, we were having some discussion. So when we finished that and doing our own stuff, I have my colleague here, so she's also sitting. So there, that's when I thought I can join. So
Okay. Any thoughts from the last class, beta? No? Any thoughts from the last class, beta?
uh yeah, I'm a little lost, sorry. Anusoya part is, of course, we mildly touched upon, and I think you have explained that in detail in this class, which I have missed. So I'll do the revision, Didi. Maybe by next class I'll put
यार
thoughts for
सारे
both
टाइम
the
में
class
पीक
together.
सीजन
Right
रहता है, ये
now I'm
पीक सीजन खत्म कब होता है? फरवरी से तो तुम चालू हो जाते हो। अब सितंबर चल रही है, अब वेडिंग सीजन आ गया, फिर दोबारा फरवरी आ जाएगा। सारे टाइम ही पीक सीजन रहता है भाई। सीजन कब खत्म होता है तुम्हारा? ये तो अकाउंटेंट्स वाला काम हो गया, जैसे सचिन का सीजन कभी खत्म नहीं होता है। सारे टाइम कुछ ना कुछ चलता
दीदी,
है।
दीदी अभी अब सिंगापुर एग्जीबिशन के लिए कर रहे हैं, वहां पे चल रहा है अभी, वही चल।
बेटा जो भी है ना, ये संसार एक जगह पे है, और जो आध्यात्म है वो बहुत जरूरी है। डू नॉट अलाउ द मटेरियल वर्ल्ड टू ओवरराइड योर spiritual and conscious spaces. No. I know you're very disciplined, all of you guys try very hard. Try a little bit harder and draw a hard line. So this day, this day, this day won't be able to. अगर बेटा आपका बच्चा होता और बच्चे की कोई इम्पोर्टेंट पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग होती इस टाइम में, तो तुम ऑफिस का वो डिस्कशन अटेंड करते? क्योंकि ये माँ बाप की बात है इसलिए छोड़ दिया? So just remember, try and prioritize your we don't do much. पूरे हफ्ते में हम 4 घंटे तो कुल लगाते हैं इसमें, 4-5 hours in the whole week. We spend 5 hours on our spiritual journey. 5 hours. I do only 4 classes, maximum 5 hours. Five. And of those, you guys do, all of you, maybe 1 or 2 classes. Exception is Sonal. She does all. And I would sincerely urge you that, like, beta, अगर कोई बच्चे की प्रॉब्लम होती, घर की अर्जेंट प्रॉब्लम होती, माँ बाप की प्रॉब्लम होती, तो तुम कितना जल्दी ये सब छोड़ के और फटाफट चले जाते। तो इस चीज को भी उतनी प्रायोरिटी देनी चाहिए। Just a reminder, everybody tries their very, 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 very best. I know that. I know it. But we are still not able to, say, no, I have, this is really, really important to me. Like, you know, all probably Suruchi's life, she heard her mom say, nahi, satsang to satsang. Right, Suruchi?
Absolutely.
She would not compromise, would she?
Never.
Come hail, come storm, come rain, come what. Like such people are such beautiful inspirations. And I think it's amazing that Sonal shows up like the way she does, no matter what. And sometimes half asleep also she'd show up. So guys, just I understand life is hard and some things, get in the way, but try your very, very, very best to make this a priority. Not because I am speaking, but because this really makes a difference to you guys. And this is the only time you're thinking deeply about stuff like this. Yeah. इतना सा टाइम मिलता है भगवान को प्यार करने के लिए, इतना सा. So 5 hours in a whole week. So just make it a priority. All right. I don't mean to criticize any one individual. Just saying make it बेटा लाइफ में और कुछ भी नहीं है. एक भगवान को तो जगह दे सकते हैं ना. तुम्हें भगवान ने फैमिली का बर्डन नहीं दिया, माँ बाप का बर्डन नहीं दिया, बच्चों का बर्डन नहीं दिया. एक भगवान का बर्डन तो सर पे उठा के रखो और उसको ग्रेसफुली निभा लो. हम्म. चलो जीते रहो बेटा. ऑलराइट गाइस, हैव अ नाइस वीक. हाँ बेटा.
Didi, I have a question you can answer in the next class also because it's late. But before I forget, like you taught us the 6 doshas of enemies of our human being, which is Kam, Krodh, Mad, Lobh, Mat, Matsarya, greed. So
ये
this
विकार है
example which
बेटा,
you taught
ये
abhi,
विकार है.
the 6 विकार्स, तो ये जो अभी आपने हमें बताया इससे हमारा अहंकार कम होता है. But can we use this example to get like reduce our attachment and greed and other jealousy? Can we use it or no?
Which example बेटा?
If we can, then how? Like when you said, na, don't find doshas in others. This whole thing that you have today have explained
असूया,
because
the असूया example, the
the
असूया.
Ansuya example, the Ansuya
Of course,
vritti.
नहीं, असूया तो तभी पॉसिबल है ना जब ह्यूमिलिटी आ जाएगी बेटा, ईगो खत्म हो जाएगा. ह्यूमिलिटी तभी आएगी जब डिजायर नहीं रहेगा. जब तक डिजायर रहेगा तो आदमी चढ़ा रहेगा घोड़े के ऊपर, भागता रहेगा. भागी तो रहे अपन लोग सारे, है ना. डिजायर की वजह से तो क्रोध आता है. क्रोध किसकी वजह से आता है? गुस्सा किसकी वजह से आता है? आपने बच्चे को गुस्सा किया क्योंकि बच्चे ने कुछ ठीक नहीं किया. किस पैरामीटर से ठीक नहीं किया? आपके डिजायर्ड पैरामीटर से ठीक नहीं किया. अभी तो चीकू ने कहानी सुनाई अपनी. उसने कुछ और चूज कर लिया. बच्चा बोल रहा है को पेंटिंग करनी है, आपको गुस्सा आ गया. क्यों गुस्सा आया? क्योंकि डिजायर ये है कि बच्चा डॉक्टर बने. सो डिजायर इज रियली रियली की in a lot of these things. Lobh, Krodh, Mad, Matsarya, all of them. काम तो डिजायर है ही है. वहीं से सब कुछ शुरू हो रहा है बेटा. जब डिजायर पूरा नहीं होता तो क्रोध आता है. जब पूरा हो जाता है तो मद आता है. जब दूसरे को मिल जाता है तो मात्सर्य आता है. So all of these are connected. If you want, I can explain these again next time. If you want, I can explain the 6 vikaras again. Mrinalini, any thoughts, Kudia? Just before we leave.
Namaste, Didi. No, I think the takeaway from the, can you hear me? Okay. The takeaway from last time's conversation was, I think it all comes down to ego, right? आपने राजा बलि का एग्जाम्पल दिया, असूया के हमने इतनी बात करी है. It all comes down to vanquishing the ego. अगर आपको भगवान का साथ चाहिए तो आपको सरेंडर चाहिए और ईगो नहीं चाहिए. And I think during the class in the beginning, I think sadhana and satsang, I don't know if we don't have visibility, like you said, into God's plans. जैसे भगवान नारायण को पता था कि नारद जी ये करेंगे, but we had no, you as humans we don't have an idea into what the divine is planning. But I think satsang gives us that visibility. Suddenly I had this answer to a question that I had once. Sonal mentioned how her parents always criticize, and then I have somebody who does not criticize. And I think that person's life is उस person का soul का goal है कि असूया असूया हो. असूया ना, मतलब हर चीज को क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करते रहना है, हर चीज में दोष नहीं निकालना है, जो जो है उस सिचुएशन में अच्छा रहना है. एंड आई थिंक या that answered a question for me.
That's a very beautiful soul you're talking about. And tell her I love her. Haven't seen her in a while. All right, guys. Have a nice week. I'll see you next week. Namaste.
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 Didi.